Joining us now from Cleveland is cancer expert Dr. Derek Ragavan, who is director of Cleveland Clinic's Toffic Cancer Center. And we thank you, doctor, for being with us this morning. I want to ask, first of all, this increase in lung cancer, the role it's playing in American life, the ravaging role, is this smoking now coming to fruition? Is this the seed that was sown?
Sadly, that's exactly what it is. Women are smoking more than they ever have before. The good news is that men have actually listened to all the information and are now smoking less than for many, many years.
I want to run through the symptoms again. We heard Peter's voice, of course, and we heard the hoarseness, the intense hoarseness he had. What are the other symptoms?
Well, people get problems such as increasing cough, shortness of breath, sometimes a sharp pain in the chest. Sometimes they'll cough up blood. And the thing that makes it so hard is that these are oftentimes the symptoms of a chronic smoker's cough, except for the blood. It certainly would be similar in a chest infection. And that, I guess, is what may have happened to Mr. Jennings, that he had been a smoker, started up smoking again, and the symptoms were probably early on not that different from what he experienced every morning.
Well, I wanted to ask you about the stopping smoking for a while, starting up again. Does stopping for a while reduce the risk at all?
Yeah, it actually does. The problem is that people stop for a while and then they find that they're coughing a little more as their respiratory system recovers from all the damage from the smoke. And they say, well, I feel worse, so I guess I'll start smoking again. The statistics are absolutely clear that if you stop, within about 4 or 5 years, you reduce the risk of getting lung cancer and, more importantly, many of the vascular diseases by a significant amount. So it's absolutely clear that if you stop smoking, you will undo some of the damage that's been done.
By as much as half, I've heard. Is that correct?
Right. Mm-hmm. Yes.
I want to talk about treatments because we do hear of breakthroughs on certain kinds of breast cancer, prostate cancer. Why is lung cancer so intractable?
I think the major problem with lung cancer is the association with smoke. Cigarette smoke has a lot of cancer-causing substances that cause a phenomenon called mutation. And what happens in mutation is that the cells actually change their character again and again, so that you have a much more complicated target, and these tumors tend to be a lot more resistant. The second problem is that unlike, say, in breast cancer, where we have breast self-examination and mammography, which clearly work, there isn't a very good diagnostic early test for lung cancer as yet. And so the key is not to smoke in the first place.
And is there one thing you see on the horizon quickly that could make all the difference soon?
Well, I don't think there's one thing. I think there are a lot of things. I think we have to rally around as a community. Maybe the one good thing we can draw from Peter Jennings' death is that it'll heighten awareness that this is still a killer. Maybe the kids out there will see someone that helped them grow up and will recognize that no one is protected, and maybe they'll just stop the first cigarette. So stopping smoking is the key, and there are some new treatments around that we're learning to use in combinations.
Again, Doctor, we thank you, and I know Peter would want that message to get out. Thank you so much.
For other great news coverage, watch ABC News Now, available on AOL service.